Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that are subscribing over on the Patreon channel, thank you so very much. I appreciate your subscriptions. This is your forecast for October the 5th, Monday. It's not necessarily solely set for that date. It is for whenever you actually come across this video. But for those of you that watch with me regularly, this will be building upon the readings that we've been doing throughout the week. If none of this resonates or it doesn't make any sense to your life, that's okay. Nothing is wrong. Just apply whatever fits, wherever it fits in your life. Any decisions you make in regards to your life after having watched this reading are your responsibility. And that's about it. Please give the video a thumbs up or a like. Share it out if you feel so inclined. Leave me a comment. All of that is great ways of supporting the channel. You can also request a private meeting with me over on my Facebook business page. If you're interested in that, I can answer any questions over there. All right, so let's get into Monday the 5th and let's see what's going on. Let's see here. Okay, eel. This is going to be a little bit challenging. I don't know a lot about eels either. I feel like, did we not see serpent? No. When did we see serpent? I felt like serpent showed up at some point. Did it not? Am I wrong? Okay. Let me see here. This eel is first off giving me a little bit of an infinity symbol. It's like things are about to come together, right? His head's not necessarily attached fully to his body, where things become reciprocal. Things are coming around in full motion. Remember, we have that toad underneath it all, which is sort of like we might be dealing with situations that may not necessarily be quite so pleasant, more annoying or whatever, but we need to sort of find the silver lining, find the sort of prince within the toad kind of situation. With this eel, to me, he feels like he's just coming into maybe connecting with himself or with his situation so that he can get that kind of reciprocated energy in the shape of that infinity symbol. Eels are creatures of the water, so I would think that, this could be a slightly emotional time for some of you, or emotions might be key. And then I would also say that eels have sort of like an ease or a swiftness to move through situations, right? Because not only are they like similar to snakes, where snakes sort of slither and move kind of flexibly through whatever, they're working their way towards. Eels are probably even faster, right? They can move quicker, they can move smoother, they can get us where we need to go quite quickly. Let me see, what else do I want to know about this eel? I don't get any sense of like fear or to me it just feels like we're putting things in place. We're trying to connect the dots. That's his head like sort of not connected in a figure 8 there. It's like we're trying to, maybe we're in the final mile of the run, so to speak. I'm using that as a euphemism or as an example, like we can kind of see the vision, we see what we want, we're trying to make it happen, we're trying to be flexible, we're trying to be open. And again, that openness also stems from that trope in Toad card, in the sense that we want to take something that maybe isn't necessarily completely working to our advantage and turn it into that, right? Eels also can be electric at times, right? So maybe we want to electrify that with our energy, with our thoughts, with our positivity, to sort of turn the tables or turn the tides so that they work for us rather than against us. And I mean, this situation could be anything for each and every one of you. You guys have to figure out what is the situation where it is that you desire a certain outcome that you think will be positive, that will bring you the gifts that you want or the reciprocation that you need. But how do you get there? right? Like even if you're seeing it as being close, possible, within reach, how do we do that in such a way where we remain flexible, fluid, capable, and still like sort of willing to maybe deal with the adversity or the parts of it that we don't necessarily like, and that would be the toad underneath, right? But we are able to kind of transform that toad into something that could be very beneficial for us. Like to me, eel knows that there's something there. There's something. It's just like I almost feel like it's the final few steps, if that makes sense for any of you, right? It's just about him sort of connecting back within to himself, finding those answers within himself, and starting to let that answer or those steps, possibilities, whatever you want to call them, emanate out from him, right? And to make that happen. Now let's see what is the, oh my God, we got creation again, guys. What are we creating? Again, we've got card number 39, which is 9, 10, 11, 12, 2 is a 3, and again, that brings us back to the mind-body-spirit connection. In my opinion, there's plans here, right? Whatever these plans are that we're working on, be serious about them would be my suggestion. Be forthright with them. Don't give up on them. Contemplate them a lot. Plan them out. Don't utilize fear would be my suggestion too, only from the standpoint that there doesn't seem to be a lot of fear. There's a lot of guidance here with this moon up here. Is that blue beaver moon again? So to me, this is about the opportunity to be industrious, to create plans, to change sort of paths, to shift perspectives. Eel also has that sort of flexibility to be able to do so. And to me, this eel, because his head is so sort of close to his body, it feels like we could be close to either taking action, starting to see things come together, remembering, keeping that sort of yesterday's underpinning grounding stone is joy, right? So we want to keep that joy about ourselves too, even if it's a little bit of a challenge or it might require a little bit of work on our part. Stick with it. Don't give up. Utilize the excitement of that, right? And go after the creation, because it's going to be what, it's going to make this exciting, fun, fulfilling, and hopefully bring us joy too. The grounding stone, I'm going really quickly this morning just because I feel like we just saw creation yesterday, I believe. Is that not correct? Oh, we saw it last Saturday. Is remember. And so to me, remember being on obsidian is about sort of, warding off the negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions we have about ourselves or those around us, and remembering who we are, why we're here, what makes us happy, what did we come here to create, what did we come here to be, what did we come here to do, and if we don't believe that we can do those things, right, if we don't believe that, maybe those things are possible, start smaller, right? Start smaller with smaller creations and smaller opportunities that might sort of move us towards that. But we have to sort of remember or open ourselves up to that possibility, that idea of creation, that idea of, bringing ourselves back to ourselves in a way, so that that energy can sort of reciprocate and feed in and of itself and start to create more and more and more, right? And when we do that, we empower ourselves to be able to move forward and create exactly what we need. So let's look at eel, because eel is an animal that I know not much about. So let's see what eel has to say. Eel. These are the witch's materials. So what lurks? Electricity and dishonesty. I would say I get the electricity reference, obviously, right? I feel like that is also the joy that we saw in yesterday's grounding stone. It's also the excitement of the creation, right? If we live in that electricity, or maybe, even what lurks in the sense of like, what is behind our motives, remembering that's the remember stone, right? He's kind of touching base with that, staying in contact with that, staying focused on that, and allowing that to be the guidance for our creation. But this idea of dishonesty, it's like, I would think that that's more about, are we being dishonest with ourselves in any way, shape, or form? Are we limiting ourselves? I don't necessarily feel like this is like an outside dishonesty thing where we need to be aware of, who's being dishonest about us or around us. It's not about that. It's about, Are we being dishonest with ourselves about the practicality of what we can and cannot do, or how we have to go about it, or is it appropriate to do it? Is it not appropriate to do it? Do you see what I'm saying? I really feel like this Remember Stone is about remembering who we are and why we came here. We came here to enjoy ourselves, right? We came here to create. We came here to have a good life. We came here to feel safe. We came here to love one another. And I think that the world is in such a place where we've forgotten all of that. We're all captivated looking at screens, watching everybody scream at each other. And it's not creating anything other than misery. So we need to remember what we need for ourselves personally. And that could be some of the dishonesty that we see in EO too, is like, are we looking at things that are dishonest, right? Are we looking at, narratives that want to keep us in fear or keep us from creating or keep us held back, right? That might be the challenge, to be able to let that go and continue to move on in our lives and continue to create for ourselves in ways that bring us joy, and to remember that that's our purpose here, not to care about what our neighbors are up to or who our neighbors are voting for or any of that garbage. All right, so let's read Beaver Moon. Creation. You can create your own destiny. Be industrious. Every creature on earth creates. You should welcome the process of creation. Save money and time. Have a reserve. I am a mighty creator, creatrix. It is my birthright to create. There's a good reason to say, for the saying, busy as a beaver. For the beaver is truly an industrious animal. Not only do they create sophisticated architectural lodges, their semi-submersible homes, but they change the course of rivers and waterways through strategic damming, right? We can change the course of our life if we choose to, and we need to remember that. They create new environments for themselves and other animals. Like the beaver, we too can create with industriousness and vigor. Everyone is creative, not just those who are considered to be creative, such as artists, designers, musicians, and writers. We all can be encouraged to think more creatively, to solve problems outside of square solutions, to invent new ways, and to imaginatively break new trails. The moon is the moon of taking action. Our northern hemisphere ancestors at this time would be preparing for winter. They would be preserving food, preparing skins, gathering medicines, strengthening their homes if they were not nomadic, and preparing to move to better hunting grounds if they were. Anyone who didn't work hard at this time would likely suffer greatly for it when the winter came. The time to take action is now. Companion stone or metal is chrysoprase. So again, it's a reminder, like everything that we're doing right now, we can't just sort of sit idle. Even the things that we sit and we think about, and the possibilities that we dwell in, those are creations. Those are possibilities. Do we want them? Do we, remembering who we are and why we came here? That's sort of the importance here in electrifying those memories, acting on them, taking them and sort of running with them this month, making them happen regardless of what's going on in the outside world, right? Don't allow that to sort of slow you down or deter you. There's other ways to be found. There's other ways to create. There's other ways to map out. There's opportunities here to be had, guys. Remember, what appears to be like a toad, we can kiss and it can become a frog. I mean, not a frog, a prince. Sorry, I'm tired. All right, so that is your forecast for the day. I hope that it made sense. Please tune in tomorrow, and we'll see where this energy builds. It'll be interesting to see how this works out this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please give the video a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thank you so very much, and I love you all. All right, take care. Bye-bye.